Nurses are highly revered in our communities, because we're so tied personally to people.
Indigenous people want to give back from growing up, and whether they grew up on the reservation, they're urban or rural, it doesn't matter. They want to give back to their population, and they can do that, on the reservation in the IHS facilities. They can do that for example, here at our new Oyate Health Center, those different types of things. So giving back is huge.
Kind of as nurses, I feel like that's part of our payback, is to help our underserved populations better staff, better have these resources.
We were asked to help pilot introducing Lakota culture into the nursing curriculum, some of it each semester. And Bev has been invited to teach in those courses. It's been very successful.
Our main title is being a mentor, and that's exactly what we do every day in different ways. It does not have to be a formal meeting.
It's a multidimensional approach because our students are, from a different culture. We have different values and belief system, and we're all trying to navigate and go through a system that is not created or by Native Americans.
Initially in our history was the policies of genocide. That was a horrendous experience, and we see the effects of that, and it's termed historical trauma. So we see the results of that today in our health disparities.
Most, if not all, of our students come from poverty, and poverty plays a profound role in their success or failure, so they could succeed and fail. But at the same time, when students are mentored, they're able to be more successful, and that's what we find.
When I feel like, I can't do this because I had a really big downfall this past the beginning of the semester, both of my kids got RSV, and I was in a hospital for 10 days. And I was like, I'm so far behind, I can't do this. And I talked to these guys, and they were constantly calling me, texting me, checking on me, letting me know they were there. And that encouraged me to be, it's okay. If I fell behind, I'm going to get caught back up. And they were my biggest support. Besides my family, I wouldn't have been able to come back to school after that downfall. But I am here.
It makes me feel very at home, very appreciative, very comfortable. They definitely are not going to let you give up. They're there to tell you you can do this.
No matter how intimidating or scary it may sound or seem, that it's possible, because there needs to be more of us. And just nurses in general, if you're Indigenous or not, just nurses in general are really important for everybody.
And having our Native nurses caring for our Native patients, and not only that, being present in our veterans hospitals, in our private hospitals, like Monument Hospital here, we're not invisible.
Take the first step, and no NANEC is there to support 100%, and Indigenous nurses are very much needed.
And nursing is is the highest population usually that America trusts. But then when you have the Indigenous population being able to trust an Indigenous nurse, that's a win-win.